Welcome to the ultimate showdown of psychics.
150,000 people in our country.
They claim to have
Psychic abilities are being put to the test, and 9 participate in our challenge. These brave individuals face any trial in front of millions of TV viewers. Each week, a participant is eliminated from the competition. Currently, there are 5 left. Let's find out who will make it through this week.
Peter Sobolev received his gift from his great-grandmother clairvoyant. Natalia Vorotnikova has endured 2 near-death experiences and possesses telepathic abilities. Natalia Nosacheva, she transformed after a horrific car accident. Daria Mironova specializes in locating missing individuals. Arina Evdokimova. The monastery helped her to acquire the gift of clairvoyance. Our psychics are ready for new challenges.
This is not married, this family.
And these meetings are like using psychic abilities to determine a person's sexual orientation? Can psychics sense who is hiding beneath a burqa filled with secrets? For the first time, we won't test the psychics on our show.
Yes, I do.
Friend?
Is he dead or...
Their abilities are our final hope for assistance. The psychics can locate the body of the missing diver.
Have you ever encountered such a situation?
Along with scammers,
Individuals who use fake passports, impersonate distant relatives, and gain trust. A regular person can trust another regular person. However, they are psychics, highly sensitive individuals. In the initial meeting, they should sense a person's intention to discover their past and might even be able to identify it.
sexual orientation. In a few minutes, our psychics will see these. The 3 young men looked ordinary guys, all about the same age, but finding them for our test was not easy. And you will now understand why 1 in 3 young people is married, 2 has never been married, but 3 gay, and does not hide his sexual orientation. We specially selected these young people in such a way that it was very difficult to determine by eye who was who. Today, for the first time in our project, psychics will try to feel the sexual energy of a person. Ampisa Chekova, TV presenter, will lead this test. She knows everything about sex.
Hello everyone, how are you feeling today? Are you ready to face the upcoming challenges?
While Anfisa interacts with our heroes, you have a few extra seconds to test your intuition. Can you tell which of the young people is married and which is... Do you see any gays among these 3? According to the rules of clairvoyance, to suggest the correct answer, you owe it to your own inner voice, and not simply the appearance of these young individuals. Your psychic abilities will be revealed literally in just a few minutes.
And you're kind of shaking, otherwise you're giving off too much shaking.
After careful conspiracy led by Monfisa, our clairvoyance must delve into the personal lives of these 3, making choices similar to those faced by ordinary people most of the time.
Girls, sometimes such stories happen when a man meets you and then it turns out that he is married and you. With one acquaintance, you don't understand this and don't feel this.
We invited a journalist specifically to check the purity of our experiment. Is it easy to distinguish gay from straight and single from married?
All appear too attractive.
We're used to being gay, okay?
Elena relies on her life experience and professionalism. In a women's magazine, she writes articles about sex and relationships. But today, our guys were able to deceive the journalist. Finding out who is who, she could not believe her eyes.
Probably, maybe the stylist worked with them, but they were dressed so neutrally, the psychics won't be easy. The main thing is probably the appearance, of course, is hard.
Be the first to listen to your own
sensations.
There will be our youngest psychic, Peter Sobolev.
3 young men were handed over. 1 of these young men is gay. 2 young men is married. 3 young men is absolutely single, and his heart is free. You have to determine which of them is which.
Interesting, but you are Anfis, as always, in your repertoire, I can say. We'll be watching closely. Typically, I have an efficient system that allows me to provide immediate responses to individuals, whether married or not. Currently,
Dimitri is not married?
not married. He embodies the essence of freedom and yet his single status. Out of the whole group, 2 individuals are in fact married. No, not married. Well, in principle, I already have verdict ready. I can.
Please say it.
I am completely certain, although occasional doubt creeps in. Not a literary word.
Definitely not swearing.
Anfis, your opinion of me is extremely negative, my friend. It breaks my heart. Hence, there's no necessity.
Our young Harry Potter Pyotr Sobolev is only 18 years old. Since childhood, he was a parishioner of one of the Moscow churches and even served as an altar boy. However, he opted to purchase his initial set of tarot cards and began his journey of predictions instead of enrolling in a seminary.
My predictions come true all the time because I say information coming. I will provide you with my final judgment. You're a married man. The blue color right in the middle. There's one person on the right. I did the job.
Now let's see. Now their 2 halves will join them. This is how you understand it. I wonder whose wife is it? Absolutely accurate hit.
There you go.
Who's 2?
So who exactly does number 2 belong to?
This is a young man. It's cold that he wasn't lonely. I'll approach him.
Our heartfelt congratulations to Peter Sobolev, and now you're aware of who Dimer is married to.
Children will be from this marriage. You fit.
Mikhail Gay, such a cheerful fellow.
I'll keep quiet about you.
What kind of homophobia?
It's not simply homophobia. It's a matter of personal ethics.
In this test, our psychic cannot talk to the heroes. You can only learn their names, and Arina Evdokimova immediately took advantage of this.
Tell me your names, please.
The name Arina is quite powerful and can even reveal personal insights about someone's life to a clairvoyant.
Bogdan's Beautiful Loss is a tale of love lost, evocative of betrayal intertwined with love. Approximately 2 years ago, there was a notably intense and somewhat vicious love affair involving Mikhail. There is something that parents are unhappy with. I can't.
To say Arina seemed to see through our heroes.
The guys were sincere. They didn't look at me personally. So what can you say there? That is, they still looked at it with curiosity, some kind of trust. Let it be gay. Married and in free flight.
Unfortunately, finally deal with the personal lives of our heroes. Arina never managed Natalia Vorotnikova, also made a mistake in her choice. Moreover, she insisted that our gay man was married, even after seeing his 2 half with her own eyes.
In general, I would never categorize it simply as homosexuality. I got the impression that he was married.
And I'll be honest, we were all very surprised when we learned that Natalia Vorotnikova turned out to be almost right.
Eugene and I have lived for 4 years. We feel happy, and I love him deeply, but 4 years ago I was married. So currently, we have maintained a very close relationship with my wife for the past 4 years.
I think he will undergo some changes because he is not straightforward. He's actually more intriguingly bisexual.
The most challenging test was faced by Natalia Nosacheva, who discovered that there was a gay person among those present, initially leaving her perplexed.
I generally avoid engaging with people of other orientations, and my stance is somewhat negative. I began to consider that this direction should be explored as well.
The clairvoyant, for some reason, decided that people with non-traditional sexual orientation have something wrong with their aura.
Well, maybe there are some other colors in the aura?
Then the colors on other auras are blue.
No, this means that this person is not married. This individual has a family, and this one is involved in meetings.
Natalia Nosacheva correctly felt who is who, but in the future the clairvoyant saw the separation of Mikhail from his friend.
Both sides. You have your future and your family.
Well, what should I do? Everything is fine.
It will be better.
When I dealt with the boys, they all turned out to be good, kind, decent.
The clairvoyant Dasha Mironova had to interact with the boys next. At first, our beloved heroes were very embarrassed by a charming psychic.
Why do you always smile when I try to tune in? He's a skeptic.
Well, surprisingly enough, it even ended up helping Dasha.
A guy who is so happy with it. I saw that he does not immediately enter into a relationship, but if he forms a relationship, it is for a long time. He maintains loyalty and devotion. It made me realize he was a married man. This man is married stably, yes, but here I have some questions.
It took Dasha another 2 minutes to fully understand our hero's sexual energy.
Perhaps you won't completely forgive me if I'm incorrect in something non-standard. But in orientation you are in search. I assume that it is you who are in search of your second half. Thank you, young people.
I want to note that Mironova is very pretty.
A girl can.
Being not only psychic abilities, but also a simple female intuition helped to correct this difficult task. But 30 people are already waiting for our psychics on the other side of the city.
Our next test will take place in this eastern tent. The faces of all the beautiful inhabitants of this harem we specially hid under a burqa. Now there are exactly 30 people here, but not all of them are women in this tent, 29 women and one single man. Psychics will have to feel the male energy and find this person. But despite the burqa, the eyes of our hero Nikolai still demand, so that he is no different from his beautiful neighbors in the harem over Nikolai had to work. Our eyebrows were plucked out first. And then they did a great makeup. Now it is really impossible to distinguish Nicholas from a woman. Will psychics be able to find a man in a burqa among 30 concubines from the harem? Ready for the arrival of Clairvoyance 30.
Veiled concubines with enchanting eyes. But beneath one burqa lies a man with mustache, beard, and bass voice. Let's discover if our clairvoyants can detect the male energy among them.
We are offering our harem for personal use for just 5 minutes.
These are just really stupid tasks for me. Phew.
Anyone can possess beautiful eyes. We'll find out if they truly can.
Are our psychics?
Uncover the presence of a man who stealthily entered a female harem. There are exactly 30 people in this harem, but not all of them are women. Among the 29 beauties, there is one man. His name is Nikolai. Psychics will have to feel male energy and find him so that Nikolai's eyes do not give away. In it, the male makeup artists had to work hard. His eyebrows were plucked first.
Whoa.
Then, they applied such excellent makeup that distinguishing Nikolai from a woman has become nearly impossible. Will the psychics be able to identify a man in a burqa among 30 harem concubines? The leader of this challenge will be our regular expert, the renowned magician and illusionist Sergei Safronov. As always, he will ensure the experiment's integrity. While psychics are preparing for the test, our test group is trying to find a man under a burqa in the harem. These are 10 ordinary people from the street. Let's see if they can identify a man by his eyes alone.
I'm ready to do.
The choice, it seems to me, is this brave girl in a burqa.
I think here.
I think I found him.
That's not actually him. No one in your group has been able to find Nikolai in this harem. It turns out that finding a man among 30 people in a burqa is not such an easy task. And now looking for a man in a harem will be psychics and one. Peter Sobolev.
Peter, remind me how old you are.
I'm 18 years old.
Time to start your harem. True, of course, we give our harem here 29 girls and one man for 5 minutes for personal use. Your task is to find this man and neutralize the joke. Just find a man and call me.
Let's watch well.
5 minutes passed.
You have to find it first, so to speak. Sector. Now. So the question is controversial. Advance to the right. Now the advantage to the left. I'm completely and utterly confused. Both left and right sides are indifferent to it, male. This is the reason why. Specifically say, it was extremely difficult where the man was.
Here.
That's right.
Yes.
Nikolai, point out the faces.
Oh, it wasn't Nikolai. Absolutely not Nikolai.
No.
The task of finding a man in a burqa among the 30 inhabitants of the harem Pyotr Sobolev was not within his power, and clairvoyant Natalia Nosacheva can cope with it.
Did you notice how I was holding my hand like that? I was clearly directing the flow of energy to the person who was sitting there. Then 10 fluctuated, passing to 11, creating almost identical vibrations. Well, I guess I've decided it all.
Still, here it is.
With these two options, I will choose. Well, that's probably you.
In short, the result we were expecting.
Yes, thank you very much.
In general, Natalia Nosacheva still managed to see a man under the burqa despite the difficulties.
Goodbye.
What will psychic Natalia Vorotnikova say? Will she feel the male energy in the harem and identify as well?
I think that's it.
Let's see.
But Dasha Mironova sought to achieve victory in this test at any cost. She was extremely determined and focused. Dasha mistook the girls in burqa for martyrs.
Now I have to find the person with the explosives or something like that, I guess.
It's too cruel. Hey,
Some one person?
I really have to find it, you all understand, right?
there are 29 girls and one.
Man is here.
Man, you should actually find it very simple. You have already started working. I have already clicked on it.
I don't know.
It's a tough test, I will say. These are just stupid tasks, I think. The more I think, the more I start changing my decisions like this.
Here again.
That's all?
I didn't disturb you today.
No.
Honestly,
No, you didn't.
It was no coincidence that Sergei asked. It was Dasha who complained in past tests that the magician constantly knocked her down.
This woman is not...
I see this girl.
Well, what else can you do? But you can still observe a man carefully. Maybe he's not there at all.
Of course. We can definitely look at the man anyway.
It's very nice, Dasha. Thank you very much. Don't be upset that...
Complete idiots.
For the first time, Dasha Mironova reacts so violently to her failure. The final of the battle of psychics is approaching. There are fewer and fewer competitors left. Unlike Dasha Mironova, Arina Evdokimova came to the tests in a great mood. Let's see if this will help you feel the male energy in the harem.
We need to find one man on...
Should not talk to anyone, should not touch anyone. In general, you know everything.
It's not guys touching.
That would be very simple.
Of course.
So time...
Sorry, it's very difficult to decide. The boys seem to be given the installation of a boy, girl, and he lives directly with this thought that I'm a girl, I'm not a boy. Well, let it be here.
Let's have a look at what you selected.
Bearded girl.
I honestly requested the saints to assist me, to at least reveal what this individual looks like.
Arina Evdokimova identifies herself not as a psychic, but as an Orthodox psychologist.
I experience other people's lives. That is, if a patient comes to me, then I sit down and together with him I analyze. It is no longer me.
Arina believes that clairvoyance emerged in her monastery.
Thank you. Congratulations on your good soul.
Thanks to the fact that I showed him from above, I just asked how...
We agreed to evaluate psychics in various manners. Initially, we devised tests for them ourselves, but now it's a different situation. A good acquaintance of our entire film crew approached us. As soon as he found out that we were making a program about psychics, he asked for help. After hearing his story, we immediately gathered all the project participants to come to us from Belarus. Real trouble. 2 weeks ago, his friend Dima passed away. It occurred at the Berezina River reservoir near Minsk. Both Dmitry and another friend, professional divers, on that wintry Sunday, embarked on their usual underwater hunt. Over 2 weeks post-accident, all his friends continued searching for the diver's body. The ice and low underwater visibility immensely complicate the search efforts. We are uncertain if our psychics can assist Dima successfully, but we decided to proceed with the attempt.
He reached there, encountered something metallic, got it stuck and couldn't retrieve it. He attempted to go upstairs and then...
That's it.
However, if you are searching for it, you absolutely need to check next to the barge.
The Battle of Psychics continues. Now you will see the shooting that we did not prepare in advance. We put it right in the editorial office. We don't test our psychics right now. We just really hope for their help. His name was Dmitry. This film was made a month before his unfortunate passing.
My name is Klotchev, Dmitry, a trumpeter.
He loved water passionately, and he died in his favorite element. This happened in Belarus, on the Berezina River reservoir. One fateful day, Dima went underwater hunting with his friends. They dived for breath holding without scuba divers. After another dive underwater, Dmitry did not get to land. Most likely the diver was the victim of an accident, but what really happened is unknown. For 2 weeks, employees of the Belarusian Ministry of Defense and other departments unsuccessfully combed the bottom of the reservoir, ice and poor visibility underwater. A friend of the deceased Dmitry is a good acquaintance of our entire film crew. He traveled from Minsk seeking our assistance. We sincerely hope our psychics can provide help.
My name is Dmitry.
Cool.
What about you?
What is my name, Dasha?
Friend?
He passed away and we still can't find a...
Wonderful. As far as I understand, it recently happened about a month.
Plus minus.
As if connected with water, because I see water, and I see some kind of accident. There was some kind of adversarial here.
Dima was a gambler and passionately loved the water. As usual, he dived for breath delays without air underwater. He could stay for no more than 3 minutes.
The feeling that everything happens very quickly in a matter of seconds. Yeah, but this person's feeling in the process when this happened, his internal feeling of being stretched in time, and apparently he didn't understand it at first, but he wanted to get out of it and was still hit.
At the bottom,
And I tried to get out in Russian. Most likely got something else during the exit because I see when a person tries to get out of underwater. It's also some kind of blow. Yes, I need to see it.
Indeed, observe, we all always gathered here, and below lies the sunken barge. Metal.
It's kind of connected with this metal. It's made of wood.
It's clear to me, honestly.
Wood and metal.
In my opinion, the visibility there is quite poor.
I'm telling you honestly. Just grey all around.
Well, it's something with an orange barge.
It is indeed connected because he got hit by something metallic, got stuck, couldn't escape, and tried to reach the upper floor. To look for this, you definitely need to look nearby. He should have said something that this interesting place didn't tell you anything about.
This is what I said that the fish said, and that's all.
That's what he wanted. Initially, his goal was to get here. She just found herself nearby by a tragic coincidence of circumstances to turn out like this.
He will find us soon, not soon.
You'll definitely find it soon. It won't take several months.
A lot of information that is in principle.
Perhaps the information I possess about the barge is sufficiently useful. The likelihood is 50-50 because Dima witnessed us swimming there. Theoretically, he might head in that direction.
Dmitri making every effort to provide them with all possible details regarding the incident. He brought a map of the area where his friend died. Here the entire lake is divided into squares according to the same map in Belarus works MH with 37 squares.
It will be here.
Natalia Vorotnikova further confirmed the information that Dmitri had been hindered by some sort of obstacle from emerging from the water.
There is a strong sense that something substantial has been there for quite a while, seemingly affecting them.
Yeah?
That he tried to surface and failed to surface.
The search for Dmitri's body is ongoing around the clock. All the necessary equipment searchers have, but the lake is under a thick layer of ice. In general, visibility underwater is no more than half a meter. All of Dmitri's friends are now there, 100 kilometers from Minsk, on the Berezina River reservoir. His family hopes that his body will finally be found. Will be devoted to the land.
But you absolutely won't find it in it.
Undoubtedly. The words of Pyotr Sobolev and Natalia Nosacheva very disappointed the friend of the deceased Dmitri.
You won't locate his body, no. I truly don't foresee you discovering him.
Psychics may be right. After 2 weeks of unsuccessful searches, hope of finding the body of the diver remains less and less. There was a feeling that the chances were useless.
The soul residing here on earth, it is not devoted to the earth because it hasn't undergone the ceremonial burial ritual. This implies that once your loved one is remembered, in the 7 churches, you must order 40 for repose, granting the soul a chance to depart.
Arina Evdokimova disclosing any information concerning the deceased Dmitri.
Such a person is principled with life and has always been in tune. You know, it's very easy to go into reconnaissance with this. Yes, he is. Yes, behind his back, it's very easy. He has children left. There you voice.
I see.
The lady, his wife. However, I have an immense affection for the car. Yes, in the sense that he enjoys driving it, right? Mother, very much.
Of course.
He is deeply worried, he suffers a lot, and he also has a brother. A remarkably patient man, very strange how he drowned. It is almost impossible to find a stone there, and he is under this stone, and all the divers who climbed there were searching for it. Yes, they can't get there. Very hard to find, it just can't be seen.
Today practically does not stop. Search all over the ice.
They are searching from which seems blocked or dragged. Ultimately, you'll find the bodies and the handle funerals. But you will find him.
To indicate exactly the square where to look. The body of the deceased Arina contacted by phone with his familiar searching. This person is professionally looking for people from a distance.
That man drowned. Just determine which square is located here. And I'll tell you the numbers now. The name is Dmitri.
Athena provided the most information.
That, to the best of my knowledge, is verified.
A third of the square is already closer to the shore. Here is the from barge after all.
3 square.
He will rise.
A minute later, Dmitry was already calling Belarus.
Hello there, good day to you. How have you been? Well, nothing yet.
There at the search site, they were waiting for any new information.
In short, I know that there is an assumption that it is closer to the river. Let them carefully look at this barge on which I was. They carefully go there and go down, now already.
Then Rena promised that the deceased would be found very soon. I mean, it did. A week after the shooting, Dima's body was found.
Everything is fine, my friend.
For the first time in this project, our film crew turned to psychics for help. Clairvoyants joined the search for a diver who died in Belarus. For more than 2 weeks, Minsk rescuers unsuccessfully searched for his body in a 37-square reservoir. Additionally, we provided all the information given to us by the psychics.
The funeral will have tears and mourning.
The words and clairvoyant Arina Evdokimova turned out to be prophetic. The deceased diver was found shortly after our shooting. He was a professional diver, and this was the last dive of his life. The search lasted more than a month. The body of Dmitry helped to find Moscow rescuers. To get to the land diver prevented the old sunken bar.
I can say that this is related to the barge because he received a blow and it was something metal.
This is how it got snagged up.
He lived as a gambler, and he was utterly fearless.
It feels like he wanted to be the leader. He has to outperform. He has to be the best. But he always tried and always showed you there in life.
But he died simply because of stupidity. That is, he succumbed to gambling.
35-year-old Dmitry left behind his wife and their 10-year-old son. These scenes were filmed precisely a month ago.
There were situations when I wanted to catch my breath, but seeing that the cameraman was filming himself and the cameras had to be finished, which turned out naturally, I was somehow tense in some situations, but I kept it in my hands.
Dear friends, we have gathered today for the Council of Jury to discuss the results of Series 6.
Considering the previous test, it was arduous, and to be candid, it can be described as tragic. The task was unplanned and impromptu, with an unexpected individual arriving. He was worried about his friend's fate. 2 young men went underwater hunting, and one of us drowned. Dasha Mironova said that he obviously got caught on something iron. There really was a barge there.
They couldn't find the body.
But Karina Evdokimova described in great detail not only how he drowned, where he was and what happened to him, but also named the date when the body will be found and raised from the water. Thanks to the efforts of divers, he was discovered and retrieved precisely at the location and time specified by Arina Evdokimova.
So Arina also coped with my test 100%. Finally, she really came out like this. She just came out easily and easily, just once at once. Yeah, that's all, young man.
I sense that she is, especially towards the conclusion, experiencing significant nervous instability.
Very great abilities, but I will repeat again, in general, as the tasks go on, they are depleted more and more, they get tired. As for Irina Evdokimova, I want to bring it to the attention of the jury. She contacted me expressing her wish to be relieved from the project.
What happened to her?
She is extremely tired. She gives breakdowns and breakdowns.
That is, it turns out that one of our team is out on its own.
It just seemed to me too that Irina failed, not in terms of the fact that she became worse, but that she takes everything that is happening now with people very close to her heart.
Let's start voting. Who is in favor of releasing Irina Evdokimova and for her to leave our project?
Well, of course, I was the strongest. I didn't expect this from her.
Unfortunately, to our great regret, we will be forced to say goodbye to Irina Evdokimova. I think that the jury board I consider closed from our fight eliminates one of the strongest psychics. Ladies and gentlemen, I have two envelopes in my hands, white and black. One is for psychics, which was the strongest this week, the other for humans. Who should leave the project today? Interestingly, both envelopes are empty. Because today, at week 6 of our project, I have to inform you that we have an emergency situation. One member of our project expressed a desire to leave the project himself, and not by decision of the judging commission. Thus, the jury decided to respect this decision. Irina Evdokimova is leaving our project by her own choice.
I want to tell everyone that watch, this is not a game, this is not just a show, this is a battle of the light forces for the right to be recognized and understood in this difficult and cruel world. With the strength gifted by God, we have pacified the restless souls of the deceased Volkonsky, cleansed a bad apartment, and helped a boy whose mother died to find peace and alleviate his guilt. Throughout all, we played and worked honestly. I deeply appreciate everyone standing before me. I love you all dearly. I am very grateful. I believe that we are all huge professionals. A low bow to you. You all supported me when I was good and bad. Now, on the cup of my internal scales is my health and help someone close to me. I choose health, and so I leave. And now I ask everyone the right. For a bit of magic, I want to tell all my dear viewers to make their brightest wish, as I hold the right of a magician. Mikhail Porychenkov, the chief assistant magicians, will aid me in fulfilling it. Your desire and let your prayer with these heavenly creatures go to the Lord God. This project transformed into both a heartbreaking game and an enchanting fairy tale for me. I'm leaving, but where we've been in each trial, we've tried to leave a piece of our soul, a little island of our gift,